Welcome, Sagittarius. This is your weekly focus for the week of July the 29th. I'm Tilly. This is Tarot with Tilly. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your support. Let's go to the cards and see, oh my gosh, what they have to reveal. Well, that one stayed separate. Let's get these guys back in here. That was a whole bunch. But for some reason, this card caught my eye. Look at that. We have the Judgment card. So the Judgment card caught my eye. The Judgment card flying out of this deck tells me that you are in a transition period here, that you are leaving behind a whole bunch of things and you are stepping into new arenas of your life. That you are, yeah, there could be something that comes in here throughout the week that shows you maybe a new opportunity or a new opportunity, a new adventure, a learning experience, perhaps something to raise your knowledge, raise your wisdom in some way. But it really is about the rebirth of who you are to be going forward. And so I think this week is a lot of letting go. And also, I get a sense that we're getting excited about a new chapter of our life in some way, where a lot of these things that we're letting go of just don't fit in the new life. So we are motivated to release those things so that we can bring in this new path. Okay, so we're gonna put that back in, and then we'll cut them and give it a fast shuffle, get them lost in the deck again, see if they want to appear again. Oh my gosh, who flipped? The happily ever after card. Oh my gosh, this is starting out to be a fabulous reading. We don't even have a card on the board yet for you. This is the happily ever after. This is this path that's opening up to you. So you have to do the work. You have to let go of what no longer is serving you, has value in your life. This is a time to really take stock of what surrounds you in your world. What do you lean on? Where do you stand in your own independence and self-confidence? Where do you lean on other people for your strength? And is that a healthy relationship or an unhealthy relationship? Look at your relationships. Look at all the things that are in your life and see what things you really want to take forward with you, things that are necessary to take forward with you, and what things need to stay in your rearview mirror. Okay, I'm going to cut these cards before they have a life of their own. We don't get any farther than the first card. Okay, underlying energy. There it is for us. Let's see what it has to say. Look at that. Now we have the Nine of Swords. You're worried so much about all this little stuff that isn't going to matter down the road. Stop worrying about all the little things, all the little details, all the little things that are happening around you. This needs to be done. That needs to be done. And it's all 2 and 3 minute jobs, and you're feeling overwhelmed because you have 1,001 1 or 2 minute jobs to do, or you're not feeling safe, you're not feeling secure here, you're not having a faith with yourself, a belief in yourself that you've got this and you can do it, whatever it may be that you want to do, what you want to step into. I think this is a little bit where we need to work a little bit on self-love, absolutely, but more so our self-esteem, our confidence, and raising our confidence to knowing that we've got this, and not to look at maybe the here and now kind of looks kind of yucky to you, and you're like, I really want to get out of this rut, or I want to move forward, or I want to leave this behind, and I don't know which way I'm going. You're just not feeling overly secure in any of your decisions right now, or any of the things that you have to attend to. I'm almost getting this overwhelming feeling like there's just too much to do. We only got a week here, Telly. We're talking about a week, and there's a lot more than a week's worth of work for me to do to really get to where you're talking about where I need to be. But I wouldn't put, I wouldn't bet the family house on that or anything. I think things will happen as you start to say, we own our thoughts. Okay, I think that's important here to understand is we own our thoughts. So when we start thinking about, you don't have any money or you don't have any friends or you don't have a lover in your life or the kids are misbehaving or the school's falling again or phoning again or my boss is being a jerk to me or I'm not getting along with anybody in that group that I belong in or it's just not working for me or it's wrong energy, and stop looking at the things that are going wrong that don't feel right. If anything, those things are just popping up so that you can put them in your rearview mirror. Okay? Start thinking about what you are going to step into. That happily ever after that popped up, that new beginning that was hinted by the judgment card being there. Start pushing yourself that way. And the fears will slowly release and you will feel more confidence. And when you feel more confidence, you'll be more apt to take care of the things that are necessary to be taken care of at this time in your life so that you can move forward in the way you want. We have the Knight of Wands as our very first card. Yeah, you're kind of in no man's land here. This is my no man's land card, and he's showing up in the very first place. So I'm right in line with, you're kind of in this transition period. It's no man's land. So you need to do a couple of things, okay? First of all, you've been riding along on that horse, your path, and now you've dismounted. The first thing you need to do is understand the walk that you've walked to this point, the incredible things that you have done, the successes. I keep hearing the word the masterpieces. So for somebody out there, it's the masterpiece of what you create each and every time you do something. I think I'm talking to more than one person here. It's about the beauty you instill in the world, the smile that you bring to every room. It's, you know, all the little accomplishments and yes, the big accomplishments as well. And take stock of it and pat yourself on the back. Love yourself a little bit more for what you are able to do. The second part of this is we look at the here and now. We look at what we have to work with, what we have been given, what graces our world, what makes our life a little bit easier, what do we have to work with to take forward with us. And before we get up and we get back on that stallion, we are going to ask for protection and love and knowledge and wisdom, a straight path going forward, leading us directly to our dreams, our wants, our desires, our passions. The Eight of Swords. Something's going to change a perception within you this week. A perception, I think, of who you are and the walk you're walking. I get this as a very internal reading for you, where it's a lot of work on the inside. More so than the outside. You may be looking around your house or the workplace and seeing that list of that to-do list, and it might be overwhelming for you if you're really looking at that, and I think you're adding to it even while we speak here. But you get this new perception, you get this new understanding, which gives you this sense of freedom, the sense of liberation that you can step into what you want to step into. You see that door of opportunity, or you see how to get to the starting line. Wow, and that's right in the middle. Okay. We've got the judgment is back. The judgment is here. This is a very strong sense of, and so much more than what this card is. But this is you letting go of older parts of yourself that do not bring value to your world today. Maybe at one time you were a boss, and so you really can't be the boss going forward and being as successful as you want to be. Maybe you've got to just play your part or something like that. Or maybe you were always the employee and now it's time to be the boss in your life or the boss for others. Maybe it's time for you to go after that promotion, that dream, that desire of yours. I mean, what is the big picture look like for you? What does that happily ever after look like for you? I think this is a time when you need to ask yourself, because there can be gifts coming in to actually lead you in that direction if you give it the time, the energy. And I mean, I'm talking like 5 minutes and you got to sit there and think about what you really want to create going forward. What would bring in happiness, joy, abundance, prosperity, love into your life. Maybe it's good health. And we're changing things, so it could be our habits, it could be our behaviors, it could be actually our environment completely. We could decide to move under this kind of energy, although I don't really get moving as being, but it could be travel. You may be ready for a trip to just let go of everything and just, forget about everything that's happening in your world and just go on a trip and fall in love with the world, the cultures, the experiences that you can have, the opportunities that you can step into. Or maybe you feel like it's time to, uh, yeah, a trip. I could see a trip, even if it's a day trip, or you have that one day off this week and you usually clean the house and get the groceries and do the laundry and all that stuff. And this week I don't want you to. I want you to take yourself for a little joyride and have some fun in the world and just explore and experience. Okay. It's very much about death and rebirth here for you. It's very much about, you are kind of like right in the middle here of this transformative time in your life. Overriding all this energy is the Ace of Wands. So we want to invite things in, but with a balance. We're trying to understand that we could get a perception and understanding, a new awareness of how the balance can be in our life. Maybe we're going off the old rule book and we need to reinvent the rules in some way in order to bring in the balance. We need to change things in our life so that we have that balance going forward, that things work. Or maybe we just need to have more dialogue with the people in our life. Like if we're working hard for a promotion or something, then we let our friends, we let our family know that, hey, I may be absent or, non-existent almost. I may ghost you because I'm trying to get this promotion. And just saying that lets go of their fear of, wow, I haven't heard from them in like 2 weeks. Like we used to talk like every day. Like, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what I did wrong. And so that communication, that positive communication, is going to help. So focus on those one-on-one relationships that you have. Okay, strengthen those bonds during this period. Let them be your cheerleaders. Okay. And yeah, you could feel a little unsteady here. You could feel like, I know there's something happening, but I don't know what it is, and that's really making me a little anxious here, Tilly. And I can understand that with these cards, but we'll go on. But just the Judgment card being here and the happily ever after card already popping out for us. I know we're going in a good place, but it might be a little bit of a struggle this week with your emotions. Maybe getting to know your emotions a little bit more, knowing your fears a little bit more, knowing your anxieties a little bit more. Okay, and I think you get that. But I think that's only a small part of, even though it's a lot here, I think it's a small part of your week still. Let's see here. Cradling. Here we go. Okay. Cradling this is, okay. So we've got two eights together. So prosperity is definitely on your side here. Growing prosperity. So this awakening, this perception coming in, understanding where you thought you were trapped or you couldn't go forward, or that was never, the dream just looks so far away still for you or something, and maybe it's not meant for me. All of a sudden your horizon just explodes with opportunities. I think not one or two or three opportunities. I think there'll be many opportunities coming your way, or ideas of opportunities that could be out there, and you go in exploration of them, or some kind of learning experience, a workshop, and it opens you up to a whole new world kind of thing. um, but regardless of, we start to see so much more that is being offered to us that we didn't see prior to, we didn't even think of, or we thought that there was such a huge span in between our best life ever and where we sit today. And maybe this observation, this awareness, is understanding that you are so much closer to that door of abundance than you ever thought you were. So, okay, let's go on here as we come into the beginning of the week. Four of Cups. So be grateful for what you do have, okay? Don't look at the lack. Don't look at the negative. Be grateful for what you do have surrounding you right now. Be thankful for it. Understand that these are gifts that were given to you. And once we start to realize the beauty of the gifts that are around us that we take for granted on a regular basis, it's human nature. We take the people that are closest to us. I mean, if we're having a really bad day, when we come through that door, we just like lose it on the person for the smallest thing. Why? Because we know they love us and they will forgive us once they hear about the day we had. But we sometimes vent on the people we love most. We push them away when really we need to pull them closer. Or maybe it's things in our life we don't have to walk down to the river and get our buckets of water for our daily use, right? We just turn on the faucet and the water comes out. It's really a cool thing. So we don't take time to appreciate all those little things in life that help us save time, save energy, save in our resources. So gratitude, absolutely. And then we have, the Three of Swords, emotional healing. Everybody's had emotional healing. I thought that was going to lean into the emotional healing, but not so much. Forgiveness, or I think there's some kind of belief in yourself. I really do believe that there is some kind of belief in yourself that you are shadowing or you don't bring out into the open. There's a part of your magic that you're not releasing, or you're blocking it in some way. So if anything, that could use work. I get this more of forgiving yourself for something. It's not like you have to forgive other people, but you need to forgive yourself. You have to stop saying, I don't know why I was so gullible, or I don't know how I woke up one day and I was in this relationship where they were doing and saying this and I was buying it. I was believing it. I was starting to think of myself as, just full of lack and no brains and whatever it might be. Maybe they were convincing you that you were dumb, or you were useless, or you were lazy, or whatever it might be, and you allowed that, and you think, how could I have allowed that? And so there's this a sense of not believing in yourself as much as you should, in order to, I mean, once you start believing, once you start understanding just how beautiful and wonderful you are, and maybe that's what you're taking for granted here. Maybe it's more about just understanding just how beautiful you are, how magical you are, your talents, your abilities, where you could take yourself if you opened up to the potential that lays within you. Well, let's go to work and career, shall we? Look at this, Two of Cups. Two of Cups for work and career. Did I even hold that up for you? I'm so sorry. The Two of Cups. Work and career. Something changes. Something opens up to you. This is a new boss, a new partner, a mentor comes in. Uh, you get a job and a new best friend emerges out of it. But I get it as so much more than that. This is like a passion, a dream, a desire that is new or being awakened within you. So it could be something from the past, but this is like a new beginning when it comes to creating financial abundance, so prosperity. It could be showcasing your talents, your abilities, stepping into like a dream job kind of thing. But this is a brand new experiencing being opened up to you, and it could actually be some kind of gift. So it's not like you may not be out in search of this new opportunity. It may come to you through a friend, or it could be a mentor leading you into a new career path or something. I could see that very much. Maybe you're the mentor, but I don't think that. I think you are the one being learned that's learning here. Okay, relationships, justice. I just want to take stock here for a second, so bear with me. I mean, we have a very balanced week when it comes to all of our energy. Justice. Justice is making that commitment to another. Justice is making that commitment to yourself of what you want in love relationships. Justice is about understanding what we need to let go of in order to really allow ourselves to love unconditionally. So that might have a little bit to do with the healing here. Absolutely. New perceptions come in. Yeah, I think with this card here, it's about focusing on those one-to-one commitments. Once again, one-on-one relationships, growing those bonds stronger and deeper. Also going on the adventure, going on the adventure. We're traveling in some way here. So maybe you go on a trip together, get to know each other a little bit on a deeper level. And I don't care if you've been together 50 years, getting to know each other on a deeper level, growing that bond. If you are in a very new relationship, I think you're trying to balance work, career, um, your friends, your day-to-day routines, and bringing somebody into the mix and not allowing other things to slide because of them being in your life, but not stepping up to the relationship by allowing the rest of life to overtake you. So there's some kind of balance we're working on here when it comes to new relationships. Maybe we have to leave some of the things that we like doing behind in order to embrace the time, the energy to step into a new opportunity. Um, the relationship, if somebody were to come in right now, they're going to be pointing out a little bit of your greatness, allowing you to see yourself through somebody else's eyes and the greatness of who you are. So yeah, one-on-one time, one-on-one time, and being grateful for the person in your life and looking to grow those bonds. And what are all those little things that are nagging you? Tony Robbins says it best. He says, if you treat every day like the first day, you'll never have a last day when it comes to a relationship. And he actually, that is one of the things he advises people to do, is to walk in the door and treat them with all the love that you expressed like the first time you met them, and those first couple of weeks of getting to know each other, and you couldn't wait for their text or their phone call or meeting up with them, and you could talk all night and into the next morning, and that kind of energy. And to start doing that again, and at first, especially if you're in a really hard place within the relationship right now, there's a lot of struggle within the relationship, they'll think you're up to something, they'll think that you did something wrong, but keep showing up like that. No matter how much they turn around and give you them their old selves, you give your new self to them, okay? And eventually what happens is they start to tear down those walls themselves, and they start letting you in again. And I think it's something about breaking the barriers and breaking the walls down here and falling in love with each other again, perhaps, or for the very first time if it's a new relationship. And we have the High Priestess. Okay, so it's all about your magic. It's all about so this card is really saying you're walking into a very magical time going forward. Yeah, there's a lot of work you've got to do this week, Sag, when it comes to your own heart, your own feelings, your own direction going forward. Um, but you're preparing for the magic that is awaiting you. Okay, we're walking into a new moon, so that's exciting because it is a new moon in Leo, which is a fire sign, right? So you're a fire sign, they're a fire sign, so it's going to bring in good new beginnings for you, probably in the way of opportunities, probably in the way of great stepping stones for prosperity and abundance to come in. There's a lot of magic surrounding you as you leave this week, but you have to do a little bit of the work. And that's not to say it can't be fun, okay? This is actually about having fun in your travels, in your day-to-day routines. Okay, embracing the things you love, seeing the things you love, wanting to take them forward with you. And allow the happiness of letting go of some of the things in your life that are holding you back, that are not allowing you to go forward. And I think a lot of it is your own heart, your own belief in yourself. So it's about pampering you, loving you, bringing in that kind of balance, because there is a lot of magic that is awaiting to come into your life. It might come in this week, but I'm thinking more closer to next week is when you're going to see that path really unfold to you. Until we meet again, remember, I do love you.